keyboard player and I, have the majority of the ideas, but we put down everything together, so everyone has a big influence about the end result. And Nils, he's responsible for the lyrics and the concept, and of course me and him work together on the the melodies and stuff like that.
Well, Jorn, one of the things too with God's Creation, the record, is it really seems like some of these songs tell a story. There really seems to be an up to the down with Painted Skies and Farewell. Is that how you wrote it, to reach that up before getting to the down?
I'm not sure. How do you mean? Do you mean like having a slow song after a heavy one, or what do you mean? I'm not sure.
Well, no. I mean, conceptually, the concept sort of rises before it falls, and then it falls before it rises again.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah. It's always important to have a certain dynamic throughout the album. I mean, you can't just put on the 4 most heavy songs right away. Kind of, you put it together so it, to get the ultimate experience of listening to the album throughout it. And but Farewell was kind of it was our ex-guitar player, Thorstein. Sadly, he died this summer from cancer.
Oh.
And he left the band also during those reasons in 2003. So we were 2 guitar players until 2003, and so that song is kind of a tribute to him. It was not written to be a tribute, but it happened. He passed away when actually the day before we started to mix the album, and he was a very good friend of us, and so we kind of felt that we really wanted to dedicate that song for him, and I think it fits well. Also, it has a lot of emotion, and
well,
it's really hard to talk about this.
Well, I'm sorry to hear about the loss of your former bandmate there, Jorn. I need to ask you though, are you a fan of the band TNT?
Yeah.
Yeah, you like TNT? What did
absolutely.
what did you think of the change up from Tony Harnell leaving the band and bringing on Shy England? What do you think? What do you think of their new?
I guess for me as a TNT fan, I see that the songwriting process has changed, and I know Ronnie pretty well, the guitar player, and of course I know that he and Tony Harnell had a kind of a special relation with regarding writing songs. They absolutely had their own sound regarding that, but in the end, I guess they weren't able to work together anymore. So I guess then it's kind of good that they get someone in that that really wants to do a good job for the band. And I've seen them live a couple of times, and the new singer, he definitely pulls off all the old stuff regarding if it's singing 10,000 Lovers or whatever. He really pulls it off and does a great job for the band. Regarding the songwriting process, I've heard a couple of songs from that album, and I think it's cool, but it's a little different from the traditional TNT, as people would expect, I guess.
Sure. Now, Jorn, when with a band like Pagan's Mind, obviously the core of your audience would probably be more in Europe than the United States. But it seems like it's every band's dream to kind of make it in the States. And I'm curious, for a band like yourself that's been around for a while, if what you try to do is make the business of habit be the habit of business.
I think that we have like I said when we started the interview, it's a big shame that we haven't been over in the U.S. because actually I think that it's quite a big potential for us over there, because I think our music also has, I don't know, has a more like American sound than a European sound actually, and you catch up things during the years. I get a lot of emails from people in the U.S. all the time. We do a lot of interviews all the time now, and it seems like people really want us over there. And yes, we have in certain countries in Europe, we have started to build up a better foundation. And but of course, that's also a matter of us being and playing there. You have to get out there and play and show yourself as a live band. And Pagan's Mind is definitely a good live band. I mean, all the songs, the stuff that you hear on the album is what you're gonna get live. It's not a overproduced stuff that we can't pull off in any way. It's gonna sound like you hear it, and we really want to go over to the States and go to play, and mainly the reason because we know that people want us to come over. So yeah.
Sure. All right. Well, Jorn, is there anything about this new Pagan's Mind release that we haven't covered that you want the fans to know about?
I guess from the people that the people that haven't heard Pagan's Mind yet, I definitely hope they will take maybe 5 minutes to check out our website or MySpace site or something like that to listen to a couple of the songs. And I guess we have a pretty, I don't know how you say it, it's a very energetic, band with a lot of energy, and good melodic metal, but still at the same time very heavy and forward. We're not like, doesn't sound like some old blokes in our 50s just relaxing. It's kind of, we have a very forward attitude in our music, and a lot of progressive elements, blending in a lot of classic progressive stuff as well. So of fans of if you like either Pantera or if you like Dream Theater or whatever, it should be something there for you.
Sure, absolutely. Well, you can go check out Pagan's Mind over there at their website at Pagan's Mind. That's PAGANSMIND.com. And go over there and check them out and pick up their new CD, because I know Jorn could use a couple shekels in his pocket.
I can use a couple of bucks for a six-pack or something.
There you go. Absolutely. All right, Jorn. Well, we appreciate you taking the time to talk to us here on the Classic Metal Show about the new CD. Before we let you go, we'd like to ask you the traditional Classic Metal Show question. How has Lemmy from Motorhead influenced your career? Well,
he has influenced me in the way that on every second gig I wear a Motorhead t-shirt. I really do like the man. I do. It's that guy is totally rock and roll, pure and simple. He is something else. I think Motorhead is a really, really cool band. I've seen him live 6-7 times, I guess, and I love them. I guess he's the definition of rock and roll.
Absolutely. All right, well, go over to pagansmind.com. Go pick up the new CD called God's Equation. And as a tradition here, Jorn, we always let the artist pick a closing song off the new CD and maybe tell us a quick story about it.
Okay, yeah, I guess if you already have played United Alliance, then I guess we kind of did a different thing this time. We actually recorded a cover song, and it's the song Hello Space Boy. And I really think that we kind of were able to really bring fresh and new life into that song, and it's kind of has a very original and cool sound, I think. So that would be my choice.
Excellent. All right. Well, go pick up the new Pagan's Mind, and this is brand new Pagan's Mind exclusively here
On your